2, 1. Hey everyone, Sean Corbett here. I am with Darin Heare, and we met last year. We did a kind of an interview on a program and something he wanted to set up to help children that are leaving high school, that maybe they have Down syndrome, maybe they have autism, maybe they just have a general challenge, just acclimating into the environment, getting jobs and things like that. And this is kind of a solution to help parents that have children that are going through that. Is that kind of a general overview?
It is. It's adults. It's post-secondary.
That's true. I say children. I think I said that last time because normally I'm thinking, well, now they're 19. Correct. They might be 20, 21. They're really adults.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're adults. They're post-secondary after high school, after they age out or leave the high school. There's not a lot of places for them to go. So that's why we kind of started this program.
So let's talk a little bit, as a short recap. When you decided to do this, that you had a particular reason and purpose, and what drew you to really help this particular gap? Because you've taught for years.
Correct.
Your wife has taught for years. Special education was kind of your primary focus. Is that right?
Correct.
So you already have the experience and skills, and you have a personal story. You want to share that?
Yeah, I was in special education at the high school, life skills teacher for 9 years. My wife was in special education for over 22 years, ranging from teacher to admin to diagnostician.
Yep.
And we saw, and her son, my stepson, who is now my son, I have guardianship over with him. He's 22-year-old Down syndrome. And we saw that there's not a lot of places after high school for them to go into. If they're not going to work or live on their own, there's not a lot of places. Our son Jackson, he's not going to work. So we started this program. It's a 501c nonprofit, and to be in the community. Integrated in the community.
You got to be really local, right? And the local community they're going to have lots of opportunities for these type of people. There's not a lot of opportunities for them, so you really have to localize your thing. So you want to be a part of the community. So
Correct.
Your community is Flower Mound is where your campus is.
Correct.
And it's called Snap and Clap.
Snap and Clap, yes, correct.
Okay.
Yep.
So you created that, you saw the opportunity. And how many kids do you have in the program now?
Right now we have 15 total.
Okay.
And
Is that a capacity?
No, not quite. We did expand over this last year. We were capped at 10 a day with our party bus. It's a 12-passenger van. However, we expanded a little bit to be able to take more on Tuesday, Thursdays. So my wife and I donated her SUV. So we have the party bus and her SUV that goes out on Tuesday, Thursday.
So you can take care of 15 at this point.
Correct, at that point, yes.
Okay, so 15. And your vision, let's talk a little bit about, so we have a shortcoming here in Texas in a focus on addressing this particular need.
Correct.
Other states have a lot of money available or more available per day that they offer parents that have a special needs type adult that live with them.
Right.
So what is California? What are they offering per day?
I'm not too sure exactly what California is. I do know that the state of Texas is ranked 48 out of 50.
Okay.
And
what do you know? Is it a per day benefit?
It is. It depends on the needs of the adult.
Okay.
But typically, if we were to take state funding, which we do not, they would get around $19 a day.
Gotcha.
Which you cannot do much with $19 a day. So that's why we're trying to fill the gap with this, and that's why we do not take state funding, is because you can't do much with $19 a day.
Well, and it's not worth taking $19 a day to have the state involved in your business.
Correct.
What you can do and how you do it and things like that. So certainly not much incentive for you to take it.
Right.
That's an important consideration. Philosophically here in Texas, we're ranked very low. And I remember it was substantially lower. And I use California because last time we talked, you used that as an example of a per diem that they had available for adults in this program. So you do not take anything, and I remember you saying that last time as well, that you didn't want to do that. So you have 15. How much staff do you have?
We have myself, my wife, and another person on staff, and then we have volunteers that come in. So right now we have 3.
So you've really been able to minimize the cost of the effective personnel and people working and helping in the facility. That's a big win. And then you're using, and I mentioned last time, so Darin and I met through my church. He doesn't actually go to Rock Point at the time.
I do now.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, there you go. He does now. So at the time he wasn't going, but the church that I attend, the pastor is particularly passionate when we were opening up the Parker Square facility that we wanted to address special needs, because most churches that we saw in the area don't offer any type of realistic opportunity to help adult special needs, right? There's a very small amount of churches, and many of them say, hey, if you want help with this because you want to attend service, you probably should go to Rock Point, right? So anyway, so they've built the facility at Parker Square. That was one of the number one things you wanted to make sure you accommodated, is they have a space for adult special needs. And during the week, that's where Darin stepped in and said, hey, you've got the facility. We have the needs in the area. I'm willing to set up a company to do this and facilitate if I can use the facility. So you've been doing that for a year. How's that worked out?
It's amazing. I mean, Rock Point Church has been incredible.
And there's a lot of people at Rock Point that are really fascinated, are really part of this program too.
Right. They are incredible. They have been such a blessing to us. And I will say this, that they run their special needs program incredible on Sundays, and they have a group that meets once a month. They have been a big blessing to us.
What is the once a month group? What does that mean? Like an activity, they get them together?
Yes, they do.
Gotcha.
It's called Encompass. So
okay.
Yes, they get them together. But Sundays they have the 2 different campuses going on, and they have locations where the special needs kids and adults can go into.
Okay. So when you envisioned this and you had kind of a plan, what, it never works out the way you really intend, but you got to take chances, right?
Correct.
I see having a bus. I see us having 10 children. Adults. I see having this amount of staff, this amount of cost to run it. I expect this much income based on the parents and whatever other places are making donations to help reduce that overall cost. So you've had example programs, and you've seen some that were really good, but very expensive and too far away.
Right. And
then you've seen others that really fall short, and a lot of them I think are more state-run. I think those are pretty
yes.
examples.
Yes.
Easy to pick on the government, right? So you have those. So you're offering something that's affordable and still can allow them to reach out in the community, be a part of it. That was the big part of having the buses, right? We don't want to just come and stay in one place all day. We want them to experience and see things and have field trips and stuff like that. So what kind of shortcomings has really come about from what you originally planned that may not have worked out the way you hoped?
The fundraising part has been, and raising fund has been the hardest. 75% of our budget right now is tuition-based pay, so the adults pay to come in, and 25% is donations.
Gotcha.
At some point in time, we would like to get that reversed to be able to 75% donations and 25% tuition pay. So the hardest part has been the fundraising part, and we did have a successful North Texas Giving Day last month, so that was very big. Profit for us, boost for us. But it is, like I said, we are in the community 75% of the time. We are looking for partnerships to be able to go to different activities. Like I said, we are in the community every single day. We meet up at Rock Point Church at like 9 o'clock in the morning, and then by 9:30, 9:45, we're hitting the road. Sometimes we're back at 1 o'clock, and then other days we're back at 2:30.
So you're pretty much leaving all the way through Monday through Thursday?
Monday through Thursday, correct.
So the program is Monday through Thursday.
Yep.
So you and I are meeting on a Friday,
Mm-hmm.
which means explains your availability. So fundraising is probably your biggest challenge today, or would that be fair?
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Raising the funds enough to, and you want to go 75% fundraise, 25%.
Eventually, yes.
That would be the target. What about adding the only way you can add more adults to the program is vehicles. Is that your kind of your cap right now?
It is. We are looking at. We were able to expand in from 10 to 15.
Yeah, because you donated your own vehicle.
Correct. And we can probably expand a little bit more on Monday, Wednesdays, but the vehicle would be the stepping stone right there.
So fundraising and vehicle. Maybe you have a vehicle fundraising drive.
Correct.
That would expand the program. It doesn't solve the monthly donation, but it does help at least expand the program. Because I assume within 5-10 minutes of Rock Point Parker Square, there's more than 15 adults that could benefit from the program. Would that be a fair assessment?
It is.
How many do you think are available? That would. I mean, they all have to choose to do it, but
Right. I don't know. There is a.
You just know that the need is beyond what you can fulfill. You just wanted to get something going.
Yeah. Well, and we have started this respite night once a month. Respite night.
Yeah. What does that mean?
It's basically it's a free night for adults with special needs to come to our program, or not to our program, to come to a night at Rock Point Church, and we do gym, we do basketball and games. We'll go downstairs and just have a party, basically, for an hour and a half. They love dancing, so we have a little dance party downstairs. We have some arts and crafts if they don't want to dance. But it gives them our special needs adults a night together and just have a party.
Yeah.
But basically, it also gives the parents and the caregivers a night of rest. It gives them an hour and a half break to maybe go do a date night or
They do not
go
need
shopping.
they don't have to be in Snap and Clap.
No, they do not have to be a step club.
So it's an outreach, kind of like a church, right? Does outreaches. It's kind of an outreach to the community and say, hey, we want to have everyone
Correct.
come. We're going to take care of setting it up and covering the cost.
Right.
We'll give you an hour and a half. We're going to do fun events for them.
Correct.
I love that.
And so where I was going with that is that we just started a couple months ago. We just had our second one. We are already up to about 20.
Oh, I'm sure.
Now,
Now, how many of that is yours and how many is that not Snap and Clap?
It was about 10. It was about half and half.
That's
so 10 and 10. And then
That's great.
we-
You have a 50% outreach.
Exactly.
Already. People
And-
that are not even in your program.
right in November and December, we're expecting 25 to between 20 and 30. So that kind of gives you a number of out there. So there is a need.
I love it. So that's a really good opportunity for you in outreach and connecting with the community.
Right.
Is there anything else like for that you can share that the audience could really help benefit? Is there any specific items, donations, beyond monetary? We all need money
Absolutely.
to fund anything, but beyond just the fundraising and covering the tuition, and maybe a vehicle donation, would that be a benefit if someone donated maybe a 100,000 mile SUV that you guys could refurbish and clean up
Yeah,
and utilize?
absolutely.
So that would help expand the program too.
Correct.
Anything else that you feel like, do you need more volunteers?
Yeah, we could use volunteers. Always use volunteers. And if a business, we've done some Red Cross volunteering. We've done some Meals on Wheels volunteering over the past year.
That's you volunteering your group to go
Correct.
to.
Yep.
What about other volunteers coming into your program? and
Yes,
helping?
absolutely. So we do have a couple volunteers now that come in. And then respite night, we have volunteers come in. So yeah, if they're interested, we'd love to have them. If they would like to join us for an outing, let me know. Or one of my favorite parts of Snap and Clap is eating out. Our lunches. We don't eat out every day, but we do Taco Tuesdays at Rosa's.
Nice.
Once a month.
Yeah.
And it is my favorite part because we sit down and our lunches are about an hour long.
Yeah.
And there is no technology a lot of times. The
Nice.
phones are put away and we're just talking. Sometimes there's even a arm wrestling match going on. So it is old school because you just sit down and you talk.
Which
and
many of
eat
us
lunch.
obviously take for granted.
We do.
Yeah.
And it's kind of grounded me a little bit. And it's like, okay, this is very meaningful. It touches my heart. So if someone wants to come and just join us for lunch one day, let us know. I mean, we've gone to numerous places, fast food. We've sat down at Olive Garden. We've gone to just numerous places. So if they are interested, give us a call, email me.
Man, I would think even, man, not to mess with your curriculum or anything, is there a teaching element, or is it mainly for socialization, interaction, field trips?
It is mainly for socialization, but there's always, the CLAP stands for Community Learning Adult Program. The CLAP is, or the SNAP is Special Needs Adult Program, and the CLAP is Community Learning Adult Program. So we are always learning, and we're always not teaching per se, because I don't want it to be a school.
No.
But we are a community program, so we are out in the community, and if something comes up, we're going to say, hey, let's do it this way, or this is the proper way to do this. So
I would think even, once a week even, I don't know, would be something like we used to go to CCA and help them put away cans.
Mm-hmm.
Like just some type of community event where you do something as a serving.
Right.
I would think there's probably lots of really good opportunities like that consistently. That's really valuable. I mean, how often do y'all do that? Once a month?
We try to do it once a month. I would like to do it more, to try to find more opportunities for that. Like I said, we went to Red Cross in South Arlington last week, and we're down there for about an hour and a half and did some packaging for them for the hurricane victims.
So we have the big event at Rock Point they do every year where they do the Food for the Poor.
Mm-hmm.
That is a huge event.
Right.
We do it every year. We take our kids in there and they pack the food with us. I think that would be an excellent opportunity, and they do it during the week. So they turn one of the buildings at the home campus into a facility that does that. And it's simple instructions. You just scoop. I mean, it's a real straightforward thing, and you're packing food. I think would be a fun event.
Absolutely.
It comes up in November. We've already signed up. They usually fill up.
Right.
They actually run out of space for volunteers because that's just a really cool family event you can do for about 2 hours.
Right.
And run out there and do like 10,000 meals, something incredible.
Right.
That would be a really cool event for you guys. And there's plenty of cool events like that for coming up to the Thanksgiving holiday and to the Christmas holiday. I just think there's such a value add. I think people in general can benefit from serving. I think it helps solve a lot of our own personal heart issues and stuff like that. Right. Just getting out and helping others.
Right. And on that note, if a business, if someone's watching this and they have a company and it's like, oh, we need to package up stuff for to give to our clients, holler at us. We'll come out and help you out, package those up, and volunteer and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah. So a lot of you companies out there that do Thanksgiving gifts or Christmas gifts, and you want to put packages together, absolutely. You just bring all the raw materials, I guess, to you, and then y'all put them all in the
Or
bags.
we can go to their business.
I could certainly do that too. That's a real good idea.
Yep.
Very cool. Any other last minute things you want to share before we close out that part, and we can talk about how to contact you?
No, I mean, it's just...
You can expand to other cities, or we're going to focus here in Flower Mound?
We're going to just focus here in Flower Mound right now. We have had others reach out to us in other parts. We've had a person in Oklahoma reach out to us. So we're sharing our ideas with them and to help them along, and hopefully there's...
Because you had to go through the same thing. You certainly didn't build it from complete scratch, right? You saw other programs and kind of how they worked it, and then you had to say, okay, they do it this way. Here's the way I want to do it.
Right. We took bits and pieces of it.
Sure.
My wife and I had our vision on what we would like.
Yeah.
And we know how social they are. So
you saw the very important component of just socialization.
Consistently. Consistently. Yep.
Is there I'm going to ask this in a general way. Is there kind of this is an indefinite solution. Is there an end point, or is there, like, they come in, they join your program, they stay indefinitely? Is that kind of the...
If they would like to, yes.
Yeah.
No,
I guess there's no reason why they wouldn't, unless they move or maybe they find a way to acclimate.
Right.
Where they don't have to be... they're all at different stages. Do you have some that they just aren't ready at 18, but by 25?
Yeah, there is. Our program, since we are in the community so much, it's not for everyone.
Who's your target? Like, what's the type of adults that come into your program?
Well, they're post-secondary, 18. Right now, I think our youngest is 18 and a half, and our oldest is 34. We had a 44-year-old, but she moved. Okay. So it's 18 plus, and then active. They have to follow with the group, stay with the group for the most part, and just want to be in the community.
It's Down syndrome, it's autism, it's
intellectual disability.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, those are your main type of people you serve. Okay. How do we reach out to you, Darin?
Yeah, snapandclap.com.
Okay.
And then follow our adventures on Instagram and Facebook. Snap and Clap. And we post our activities there. I mean, like I said, we're at movies, museums, volunteering. We go to restaurants. We drove 5,100 miles last year around the DFW Metroplex. We went to McKinney, Fort Worth, Dallas, up to Gainesville. So we are all over the place. Yeah, follow us on Instagram and Facebook and snapandclap.com.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.